Hello everyone. This morning we spent a few hours at the Mammoth Hot Springs in Yellowstone National Park, and now we're ready for our scenic rafting trip down the Yellowstone River. The Mammoth Hot Springs were awesome to see, but it was a hot August day and we were ready for some cool, wet fun. Well, not too wet. Driving north from the Mammoth Hot Springs, you'll see the iconic Roosevelt Arch. It's a place where people stop to take pictures and look, but we had something else in mind. So we veered off to the right and pulled into a small strip mall where the rafting was. We went with the Wild West Rafting Company. No, they are not sponsoring this video. We found them on Viator.com, also not sponsored. But if we had known better, we could have saved some money booking directly with the company. Here you can see we paid $80 per person through Viator, but when we got to the rafting place, the price was only $69 per person, and we could have booked online. They have a variety of rafting tours from day trips to overnight, from scenic floats to whitewater rafting. We opted for the tamer Scenic float. By the way, the people who work behind the counter and who row the rafts are really nice, friendly, and helpful people, which made the experience so much better. You don't want grumpy people rowing your raft. Yes, we had someone rowing our raft for us. Our job was to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the awesome scenery. That's the idea behind the scenic float trip. If you want something a little wetter or wilder, then go for the whitewater rafting option. After we checked in, we were given life jackets and water shoes and then loaded up on an old school bus for a 15-minute ride to the launch area. The bus pulled in with 2 rafts, and then they were dragged down to the water by the wonderful rafting staff. I can't say enough about how hardworking and at the same time how friendly and knowledgeable the staff was, and no, again, I am not sponsored. Then we made our way down to the shoreline for the grand push-off. The scenery was quite beautiful, but at times it was quite windy. We were not alone as we rafted down the river. You can see in the background other rafters. If you wanted to, you could sit on the edge and dangle your feet in the water. Some of the people floating by us were scenic floaters like us, and some were white water rafters who had fun splashing everything around them. The guide you saw rowing our raft obviously knows the currents very well and guided our raft through the calmer waters, while the whitewater rafters looked for the wildest parts of the river.
Can I change?
Here you can see the green raft go by. They had to paddle themselves, and we got to watch. Here we hit a patch of what might be called whitewater. It was fun, but still on the tame side of things, just the way I like it. These people are all rowing in tandem, and of course, passing us by. Our good-natured guide was the only one rowing on our raft, so we had the slower ride, which was fine with us. By the way, sitting in the raft is not very comfortable, and if you have back or hip problems, you might feel uncomfortable. Hopefully the scenery will compensate for that. Here is another group of rafters passing us by. Meanwhile, our guide rowed us safely past some rocks while we enjoyed the ride. Here we came across some dogs splashing around and having fun. When we hit calmer waters, the guide asked if anyone wanted to take a dip in the river. Only the small, brave souls did, as the older set watched. We didn't see much wildlife, just the dogs and this osprey nest. After about 2 hours, the adventure came to an end, and we were pulled up onto the shore and loaded up back on the old school bus. The end of a beautiful rafting adventure down the Yellowstone River. visiting the Midway Geyser Basin to see the Grand Prismatic spring and also to hike the Fairy Falls Trail for the overlook view of the Grand Prismatic. I hope you enjoyed this video and please stay tuned for my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.